The rain had been falling since sunset, the kind of slow, steady rain that doesn't make noise so much as it soaks into everything. Streets, coats, moods. Inside the diner, the world felt permanently paused somewhere between yesterday and tomorrow. Neon lights buzzed above the windows, flickering pink and blue reflections across cracked vinyl booths. The air smelled of burnt coffee, fried onions, and fatigue. It was the sort of place people stopped at when they had nowhere else to go, or when going home felt heavier than staying out. At the far corner booth sat an elderly man alone. His jacket was old but clean, his posture stiff, his hands curled inward as if they no longer belonged to him. A plate of food rested untouched in front of him, steam long gone. His eyes followed the spoon on the table, willing it to move, but his hands wouldn't obey. Every few seconds he tried, his fingers trembling, his arm lifting just enough to fail again. People noticed briefly, then they looked away. They always did. Lena noticed differently. She'd been on her feet for 10 hours already, covering a double shift because someone else didn't show up. Her back ached. Her smile felt borrowed. The soles of her shoes were so thin she could feel every crack in the floor. She moved between tables with practiced speed, refilling cups, clearing plates, absorbing complaints that had nothing to do with her. But when she passed the corner booth, something made her slow down. It wasn't just the shaking hands. It was the way the man's shoulders drooped, the quiet dignity with which he accepted each failure without a sound. He wasn't asking for help. He wasn't making a scene. He was simply stuck. Lena paused, tray balanced on one hand, watching him try again, and fail again. Most people would have kept walking. She almost did, not because she didn't care, but because caring costs energy, and energy was something she barely had left. Still, she set the tray down, pulled a chair from another table, and without asking, without announcing herself, she knelt beside him. "It's okay," she said softly, as if they were old friends and not strangers bound by chance. She picked up the spoon, steadying it with both hands so it wouldn't shake. The man looked at her then, surprised, embarrassed, grateful, all at once. His eyes glistened. She brought the spoon to his mouth slowly, patiently, giving him time to adjust, time to feel human again. Around them, the diner noise faded into a dull hum. Forks clinked. A bell rang at the counter. But for a moment, none of it mattered. What Lena didn't know was that someone else was watching. A man had just stepped inside, shaking rain from his coat, scanning the room with the automatic awareness of someone used to being noticed. He was tall, impeccably dressed, the kind of presence that bent space slightly around itself. He'd planned on a quick dinner in the private room, a quiet meeting, a brief escape from a day full of numbers and decisions. But his steps slowed when he saw the corner booth, when he saw the waitress kneeling, when he saw the elderly man being fed with care that felt intimate, almost sacred. The man froze, his breath caught in his throat, because the man in that booth was his father. Evan Hale hadn't seen his father like that before. Not this small, not this fragile. In his memory, his father was larger than life. Hands strong from years of work, voice steady, presence unyielding. That was before the stroke, before the slow unraveling of independence. Evan had been busy then, busy building companies, chasing valuations, making headlines. He'd told himself his father was being taken care of. He'd told himself he'd visit soon. Soon turned into years. Now, watching a stranger do what he never had, guilt hit him harder than any business loss ever could. His jaw tightened. His hands curled into fists at his sides. Lena finished feeding the man and wiped his mouth gently with a napkin. She smiled, not brightly, not performatively, but warmly, like this moment mattered to her even if no one else saw it. She cleaned the table, adjusted his jacket, and stood to leave, already moving on to the next task, the next table, the next demand on her time. That's when Evan found his voice. "Excuse me," he said quietly. Lena turned, expecting another order, another request. Instead, she saw a man who looked shaken. "Why did you help him?" Evan asked. It wasn't a test. It wasn't a challenge. It was a genuine question. asked by someone who realized too late that there were things money couldn't buy retroactively. Lena shrugged, uncomfortable with the attention. "Because no one should eat alone like that," she said simply. No speech, no explanation, just truth. Evan nodded, unable to speak for a moment. He reached into his wallet, pulled out a generous tip, and slid it onto the table. Lena tried to refuse. He insisted. Then he walked away, leaving her confused, unaware of what she'd just set into motion. The next morning, Lena was called into the manager's office. Her stomach dropped. Acts of kindness don't always come without consequences, especially in places that run on efficiency. She rehearsed apologies in her head, but when she stepped inside, there was a man waiting. Evan, the same man from the diner. Papers lay on the desk. Contracts, proposals. He explained everything calmly. He was starting a foundation focused on dignified care for disabled and elderly individuals. Full funding, medical support, housing assistance, and he wanted Lena to help lead it. Not because she was qualified on paper, but because she'd shown him what dignity looked like when no one was watching. Her life changed in that room, but more importantly, so did his. Later that day, Evan sat beside his father in a quiet room filled with sunlight. His hands trembled as he lifted the spoon, mirroring the scene from the night before. Felt awkward, unfamiliar, necessary. His father smiled, a small, steady smile that hadn't appeared in years. And in that moment, Evan understood that success wasn't what he'd built, but what he was finally willing to stay for. One quiet act in a forgotten diner didn't just change a night. It rewrote a family, redirected a fortune, and proved that the smallest kindness, done without expectation, can echo further than anyone ever imagines.